As I physically lay these cards down on the table, a heavy veil of secrecy that has kept you in the dark is being violently torn apart. You have been carrying an immense, invisible weight on your shoulders, sensing that significant forces are moving, but feeling entirely isolated in the process. This specific moment has been meticulously orchestrated by the universe to jolt you out of a stagnant holding pattern and prepare you for a monumental upgrade. I need you to clear your mind completely, take a deep breath, and focus entirely on the sound of my voice as these hidden layers are finally exposed. Watch very closely as this sequence aligns, because the cosmic blockade that has held you captive is being permanently shattered in real time. For the longest time, you have been forcefully kept in a confusing, murky holding pattern, where absolutely nothing seemed to make logical sense. Someone in your immediate environment, or a specific situation, was intentionally projecting illusions to keep you entirely off balance and second-guessing your own mind. You spent countless sleepless nights overanalyzing mixed signals, trying to decode the silent gaps in communication that triggered your deepest, most primal anxieties. The universe deliberately allowed you to walk through this shadow phase so you would stop seeking external validation and finally trust your own gut instinct. I am seeing that a massive secret regarding a financial decision or a complex personal relationship has been intentionally buried just beneath the surface. You were made to feel like you were overreacting or being overly suspicious, but your psychic radar was actually functioning with absolute, flawless precision. That deceptive illusion is now rapidly dissolving, and the exact hidden motives of the people around you are being dragged into the unforgiving daylight. You are about to discover that a highly frustrating delay was actually a carefully masked blessing, actively preventing you from committing to a toxic foundation. A specific conversation that happened entirely behind your back is going to be accidentally leaked to you by an unexpected third party this week. This sudden revelation will not bring fear. Instead, it will bring a profound, cooling wave of relief because it finally validates your silent suspicions. The heavy, emotional brain fog that made it impossible for you to make a solid decision is evaporating from your aura exactly as we speak. You are stepping out of the murky waters of uncertainty and realizing that the terrifying monsters you feared were just cheap shadows on the wall. A powerful lunar energy is actively cleansing your energetic field, permanently removing the emotional parasites that thrived on your prolonged state of confusion. Expect to experience incredibly vivid, prophetic dreams over the next 3 nights that will hand you the exact missing puzzle pieces on a silver platter. You will suddenly understand exactly why a specific person abruptly distanced themselves, realizing it was born from their own guilt, not your inadequacy. The spiritual realm is handing you a magical lantern, allowing you to easily and confidently navigate the final stretch of this exhausting emotional labyrinth. You are no longer easily manipulated by sweet, empty words, because this dark chapter has sharpened your natural intuition into a highly lethal weapon. Any hidden enemies who arrogantly thought they could operate unseen in your energy field are currently panicking as their cover is completely blown. You are about to witness the absolute dismantling of a fake reality that was carefully constructed by others to keep your brilliant light severely dimmed. Do not mourn the sudden loss of the illusion. Aggressively celebrate the fact that you are finally operating with raw, unfiltered, and absolute truth. A sudden burst of absolute clarity is going to hit you while you are doing a mundane task, completely rewiring how you view your entire past. The deceptive phase of your life is officially expiring right now, permanently closing the door on anyone who refuses to operate in absolute transparency. You are emerging from this mysterious twilight zone completely transformed, proudly holding the undeniable truth that sets your soul entirely and permanently free. Because you finally saw the absolute truth, the most agonizing, exhausting karmic cycle of your entire lifetime has officially reached its definitive expiration date. You survived a brutal situation that was designed to completely break your spirit, enduring a level of betrayal that would have utterly destroyed anyone else. I am looking at an energy of total surrender, where you finally stopped fighting to resuscitate a connection or a job that was actively draining your life force. The absolute worst is officially and undeniably over. You have hit the absolute rock bottom of this specific hardship, meaning the only direction is straight up. You are physically and emotionally cutting the heavy cords to an agonizing chapter that kept you in a perpetual, exhausting state of hypervigilance and deep grief. A toxic dynamic that you tried so desperately hard to fix has bled out entirely, leaving you with the harsh but incredibly liberating reality of total closure. You are no longer carrying the crushing weight of other people's massive failures, having finally dropped the heavy burden of trying to be their constant savior. The universe allowed this dramatic, painful ending because a gentle, polite nudge would never have been enough to force you out of that comfortable toxicity. The people who coldly abandoned you or plotted against you during your lowest moment have actually done you the single greatest favor of your entire life. You are walking away from the smoldering ruins of a collapsed foundation, absolutely refusing to look back or beg for closure from those who deeply wronged you. The deep, lingering pain in your chest is rapidly transforming into an icy, impenetrable armor of massive self-respect and unbreakable, solid steel boundaries. I see a profound, miraculous healing energy rushing into the exact places where you were spiritually wounded, stitching your aura back together with solid gold. You will wake up one morning very soon and realize that the specific name or memory that used to trigger a panic attack now means absolutely nothing. This complete destruction of your past reality was a necessary cosmic demolition, aggressively clearing the massive plot of land for your spectacular new empire. The karmic debt associated with this agonizing lesson has been paid in absolute full, guaranteeing you will never have to repeat this specific, painful cycle again. You are officially untouchable by the people who caused this downfall, as their access to your precious energy field has been permanently revoked by the divine. A massive wave of chronic exhaustion is leaving your physical body, replacing the heavy burnout with a sudden, fierce, and unstoppable will to radically rebuild. You are actively turning your deepest trauma into your most valuable asset, realizing that surviving this intense ordeal has made you dangerously and undeniably powerful. The chapter of silent victimhood is forcefully closed. You are rising from this devastating ending, not merely as a survivor, but as a completely reborn warrior. Any lingering guilt you hold about walking away is being entirely erased, as your spirit guides loudly validate that leaving was your absolute only chance at survival. You are leaving the bloody battlefield behind, wiping the dust off your shoulders, and confidently stepping into a completely pristine, untouched, new golden timeline. The darkest, coldest night of your soul has officially broken into dawn, bringing a breathtaking, radiant sunrise that promises unparalleled emotional and physical renewal. You have paid the ultimate, heavy price for your spiritual wisdom, and the universe is now preparing to compensate you heavily for every single tear you shed. Immediately following that painful, definitive ending, the energy shifts at breakneck speed, bringing a sudden, aggressive rush of forward momentum directly into your reality. I am predicting a highly unexpected, incredibly fast-paced message dropping onto your phone screen that completely jolts you out of your quiet, introspective healing phase. Someone or something is rushing in with a blazing, undeniable sense of urgency, cutting through all the previous silence and delivering blunt, unfiltered, absolute truth. You are about to experience a massive intellectual breakthrough, a sudden genius light bulb moment that dramatically accelerates your complex plans for the immediate future. An individual with an incredibly sharp, fast-talking, and highly decisive energy is going to enter your life to present a logical, game-changing, and lucrative solution. There is no more waiting around in the dark. A delayed legal document, a formal approval, or a vital piece of information is flying toward you at light speed. You are actively adopting a fiercely strategic mindset, elegantly slicing through emotional attachments and making rapid-fire decisions that secure your absolute, undeniable advantage. The heavy hesitation that previously paralyzed your actions is entirely gone, replaced by a ruthless, unstoppable determination to claim exactly what you deserve without apology. Expect a sudden travel opportunity or a fast-moving, high-stakes project to land in your lap, requiring you to pack your bags or pivot your strategy within 24 hours. A serious conversation that has been avoided for months is going to happen abruptly, clearing the air with absolute facts and completely eliminating any emotional manipulation. You are fiercely and eloquently defending your brilliant ideas, easily shutting down anyone who attempts to intellectually intimidate or unfairly challenge your supreme authority. The stubborn mental blocks that kept you completely stagnant are being violently smashed, allowing a massive flood of brilliant, innovative ideas to pour into your mind. Someone who previously ghosted you might attempt to rush back in with an urgent explanation, but you are now far too intellectually advanced to fall for their frantic energy. You are aggressively cutting off toxic habits and time-wasting connections with the absolute precision of a master surgeon, refusing to let absolutely anyone slow your rapid ascent. A sudden influx of pure clarity allows you to see 10 full steps ahead of your fiercest competition, making your next career or financial move absolutely, undeniably brilliant. You will confidently and boldly stand your ground in a highly pressurized situation, using your sharp intellect to completely disarm and neutralize a massive potential conflict. The universe is injecting a massive dose of pure courage directly into your veins, pushing you to take a massive, highly calculated risk that you have been endlessly researching. Any frustrating confusion regarding a complex contract or agreement is instantly resolved when a clever, sharp-minded advisor steps in to fiercely advocate for your absolute rights. You are moving with an unstoppable, kinetic energy, leaving chronic procrastinators and desperate energy vampires choking on the dust of your rapid, spectacular progress. A brilliant, sudden spark of divine inspiration will force you to stay up all night, aggressively drafting a flawless master plan that guarantees your ultimate, undisputed victory. You are no longer reacting emotionally to petty, insignificant drama. You are responding with cold, hard, indisputable logic that leaves your opponents entirely and permanently speechless. The swift, powerful winds of change are physically pushing you out of a stagnant phase, ensuring that your long-awaited, massive breakthrough happens right here, right now. Prepare your nervous system for a whirlwind week where everything you specifically asked for manifests with shocking speed, forcing you to step up and match this dynamic frequency. This rapid influx of absolute truth forcefully elevates you into a magnificent era of unapologetic power, where your personal boundaries become totally, undeniably impenetrable. You are completely embodying the fierce energy of a sovereign ruler who refuses to be emotionally manipulated, cutting off access to anyone who disrespects your hard-earned peace. I see you sitting proudly on a throne of profound clarity, observing your life through a sharp lens of pure logic, rather than clouding your brilliant vision with cheap sentimentality. The exhausted, people-pleasing version of you has officially and permanently died, replaced by a fiercely independent spirit who is absolutely not afraid to say a resounding no. A highly influential, incredibly perceptive, and experienced figure is going to step into your life, offering you cold, hard, brilliant advice that permanently changes your upward trajectory. You are effortlessly and instantly seeing through the manipulative tactics of a toxic individual, observing their desperate attempts for attention with absolute, icy, and untouchable indifference. Your unique communication style is becoming incredibly sharp and profoundly direct. You are stating your needs clearly, leaving absolutely zero room for anyone's convenient misinterpretation. You will quickly and ruthlessly sever an energetic cord with a fake friend or an energy-draining colleague without a single drop of guilt or a microsecond of hesitation. The universe is massively upgrading your mental hard drive, allowing you to process complex information and solve intricate, high-level problems with terrifying, flawless accuracy. You are strictly demanding absolute transparency in all of your relationships, instantly walking away from anyone who dares to offer you inconsistent, flaky, or highly disrespectful behavior. A specific situation that used to make you cry uncontrollably now barely makes you blink, proving that you have achieved a master level of profound emotional detachment and self-control. You are boldly stepping into a powerful, highly visible leadership role where people actively seek out your wisdom because they know you will never, ever sugarcoat the harsh reality. The heavy, exhausting emotional baggage of your painful past has been completely discarded, leaving you incredibly light, hyper-focused, and dangerously determined to succeed on your own terms. I see you successfully and brilliantly navigating a complex legal or bureaucratic system, outsmarting a rigid structure that was originally designed to intimidate and suppress you. You are actively guarding your precious energy field like a high-security, impenetrable fortress, strictly evaluating everyone's true intentions before allowing them a seat at your exclusive table. A brilliant, highly innovative idea that you pitch in a formal professional setting will be met with sheer awe, establishing you as an undeniable, absolute authority in your specific field. You are absolutely no longer waiting for someone to come and magically rescue you. You have picked up your own heavy sword and are actively, fiercely carving out your own spectacular destiny. Anyone who foolishly tries to gaslight you or twist your clear words will instantly regret it, as you will casually and publicly destroy their flimsy argument with indisputable, concrete facts. The immense, agonizing suffering you endured has completely crystallized into profound, elite wisdom, transforming your past pain into an intimidating aura of refined, untouchable elegance. You are strictly prioritizing your own mental health and intellectual growth above absolutely everything else, refusing to entertain mundane conversations that do not massively elevate you. A sudden, powerful realization about your own immense worth hits you so hard that you permanently raise your standards, making yourself entirely inaccessible to low-vibrational, parasitic energy. You are commanding deep respect just by walking into a room, radiating a silent, highly authoritative power that demands absolute, unwavering excellence from everyone in your immediate presence. This is your ultimate, undisputed glow-up. You are entirely untouchable, profoundly unbothered, and entirely in control of the spectacular, massive empire you are ruthlessly and beautifully building. Because you fiercely stood your ground and commanded absolute respect, the energy dramatically shifts into a massive, undeniable, and blinding wave of public victory and recognition. I am seeing you being violently and wonderfully thrust into the spotlight, receiving a literal or metaphorical standing ovation from the exact people who previously doubted your immense potential. A phenomenal, life-changing career breakthrough, a major, highly lucrative promotion, or a sought-after public award is currently being engraved with your exact, beautiful name. You are finally receiving the loud, undeniable public validation that you have silently and tirelessly worked for over the past several years of grueling, unseen, behind-the-scenes effort. Your specific, brilliant talents and unique, innovative ideas are being celebrated on a massive, grand scale, elevating your professional reputation and making you a highly recognized, elite figure. The secret haters and bitter competitors who desperately tried to drag you down are now forced to sit quietly in the audience and witness your spectacular, undeniable, and golden triumph. A massive, overwhelming rush of newfound confidence completely envelops your aura, making you irresistibly magnetic to even larger, highly exclusive opportunities and high-level, wealthy collaborations. I see a highly formal announcement, a spectacular viral moment, or a widely celebrated, prestigious publication that puts your name on the map and absolutely skyrockets your social standing. The grueling, exhausting uphill battle is officially over. You are now confidently riding the triumphant, unstoppable wave of success, easily gliding past the exact obstacles that used to trip you up. People are actively and loudly admiring your incredible resilience, looking up to you as a powerful, living inspiration for how to elegantly turn a massive, crushing failure into a historic, monumental win. An influential, highly respected mentor or a massive public figure is going to openly and proudly endorse you, heavily boosting your credibility and opening golden doors to elite, exclusive networks. You will be formally invited to speak, successfully lead a massive project, or brilliantly showcase your skills on a huge platform that offers you unprecedented, completely life-changing visibility. The crushing, heavy imposter syndrome that used to haunt your brilliant mind is completely and permanently eradicated by the undeniable physical proof of your extraordinary, unmatched competence. You are proudly and confidently holding the heavy trophy of your achievements, realizing that every single painful rejection you faced was actually just divine redirection toward this glorious, perfect moment. A massive financial bonus, a spectacular increase in sales, or a sudden, overwhelming influx of loyal, high-paying followers is arriving to practically and heavily reward your brilliant, strategic efforts. You are carrying a breathtaking aura of absolute, undisputed victory, walking with your head held high and your shoulders completely back as you confidently and fearlessly claim your rightful crown. The universe is actively throwing a massive, joyous cosmic parade in your distinct honor, signaling that the difficult, agonizing karmic test is passed, and it is time to joyfully reap the massive rewards. Any past, lingering embarrassment or highly public setback is entirely and permanently overwritten by this massive success, completely clearing your good name and restoring your absolute, unquestionable honor. You are magnetically attracting incredibly powerful allies who desperately want to associate with your winning energy, creating a formidable, elite team that supports your continued, rapid, and massive expansion. This is not a fleeting, temporary moment of random luck. This is the solid, undeniable, and permanent manifestation of your relentless hard work, finally blooming into spectacular, long-lasting success. Prepare to receive an overwhelming, beautiful flood of congratulatory messages, emails, and phone calls that physically, undeniably validate the massive, positive impact you have successfully made on the world. You have successfully and brutally conquered the heavy beast of self-doubt, emerging from the dark trenches as a highly decorated, celebrated hero who is universally respected, loved, and deeply admired. The heavy golden crown sits perfectly and securely on your head. You have won the brutal battle, permanently silenced the harsh critics, and fully secured a legacy of absolute, brilliant, and undeniable victory. Following this massive, undeniable public victory, you are successfully crossing a monumental threshold, completing a massive, multi-year karmic cycle that entirely and perfectly closes a major life chapter. You have officially reached the absolute, breathtaking pinnacle of this profound journey, elegantly tying up every single loose end and achieving a profound spiritual sense of total, unshakable fulfillment. I am predicting a spectacular, highly lucrative global or international opportunity opening up directly for you, connecting your brilliant energy to exciting foreign lands or massive untapped overseas markets. The frustrating, lingering feeling of being somehow incomplete or missing a vital, hidden piece is completely vanishing, replaced by a deep, soul-level and profound sensation of absolute, perfect wholeness. A massive, long-term project, a grueling academic degree, or a deeply exhausting life transition is officially coming to a wildly successful, incredibly satisfying, and highly celebrated conclusion today. You are proudly graduating from the universe's absolute toughest, most demanding masterclass, meaning you will never, ever have to face the painful, agonizing lessons of your past decade ever again. The entire beautiful world is literally your personal oyster right now. Rigid geographic limitations are permanently dissolving, allowing you to freely travel, relocate, or massively expand your growing empire globally. You have seamlessly and beautifully integrated your dark shadows and your brilliant light, becoming a fully actualized, deeply balanced, and highly evolved version of yourself that radiates pure, absolute harmony. A massive, incredibly life-altering manifestation that you have been actively and passionately praying for is finally dropping directly into your physical reality in its complete, absolute, and perfect form. The invisible, heavy boundaries that deliberately kept you playing small are permanently shattered, allowing you to confidently step onto a massive, international stage where your unique voice is truly and globally heard. I see you completely and happily detached from the trivial, exhausting drama of your past, floating high above the petty chaos in a state of absolute, unbreakable inner peace and profound serenity. You are about to embark on a breathtakingly beautiful journey, whether it is a highly luxurious physical vacation, a massive move across the country, or a profound, deeply expansive spiritual ascension. The universe is proudly handing you the ultimate master key to your destiny, confirming that you have successfully mastered the difficult game of life and completely leveled up to the absolute highest tier. An incredible, heavy sense of profound closure is washing over your entire being, allowing you to peacefully and completely forgive your past enemies because they simply no longer exist in your high vibration. You are experiencing the incredibly rare, breathtaking magic of seeing your absolute wildest, most impossible dreams materialize right in front of your eyes, confirming that the universe always had your back. Your powerful, magnetic energy is actively expanding to heavily influence people across entirely different cultures and completely different time zones, making your positive impact truly universal and entirely limitless. A beautiful, perfectly aligned, and highly secure cycle of romance, massive wealth, and vibrant health is locking permanently into place, creating a flawlessly synchronized and profoundly abundant physical reality. You are standing proudly on top of the massive mountain you spent grueling years climbing, looking down at the breathtaking, expansive view of the incredible, unshakable empire you have built entirely from scratch. The heavy, ancient cosmic scales are finally and perfectly balanced. You are currently receiving the exact, massive, and highly lucrative karmic payout for every single good deed you ever performed in complete silence. Expect a breathtaking, highly emotional moment of profound realization where you look around your beautiful life and whisper, "I finally made it," with hot tears of pure, unadulterated joy in your eyes. You are absolutely no longer seeking cheap, external validation because you have discovered the infinite, glowing, and incredibly powerful universe that exists entirely and securely within your own beautiful soul. A definitive, highly official legal document, contract, or passport stamp is arriving shortly, granting you the absolute, undeniable freedom to design the exact, luxurious, and peaceful life you have always craved. With the entire world gracefully at your fingertips, this massive, expansive global energy beautifully and securely grounds itself into a deep, unshakable foundation of pure joy, ultimate stability, and profound celebration. I am clearly seeing a monumental, incredibly joyous milestone occurring in your personal life very soon. A breathtaking wedding, a stunning engagement, a gorgeous new home, or a massive, tearful family reunion. You are happily entering a deeply secure chapter of intense, unfiltered domestic bliss, where the physical environment you live in finally and perfectly matches the luxurious, peaceful, and high frequency of your soul. A deep, harmonious, and highly spiritual soulmate connection is rapidly moving to the next level of ultimate, legally binding commitment, bringing you a profound sense of emotional security you have never felt before. You are throwing a beautiful, highly aesthetic physical celebration very soon, surrounded entirely by your true, loyal soul tribe who genuinely and loudly applaud your massive happiness without a single drop of jealousy. The chaotic, highly transient phase of nervously living out of suitcases or dealing with incredibly unstable, stressful living arrangements is permanently ending, replaced by a gorgeous, deeply permanent, and warm sanctuary. You will very soon be confidently signing the lease or the highly lucrative mortgage for a spectacular dream property that serves as the ultimate, secure, and beautiful fortress for your rapidly and massively expanding empire. The intense, crippling anxiety regarding your long-term future security is entirely and permanently melting away as you finally establish deep roots that are far too strong for any unexpected economic storm to ever uproot. A beautiful, deeply profound harmony is actively restoring itself within your complex family dynamic, permanently healing old, heavy generational wounds and bringing absolute, unconditional peace to your entire household. You are actively and successfully creating a safe, magnificent, and highly luxurious haven where you can finally take off your heavy armor, exhale deeply, and be loudly celebrated purely and simply for who you are. A highly anticipated, deeply joyous gathering, a luxurious, exclusive party, or a beautiful, emotional homecoming is going to provide you with some of the absolute most magical, unforgettable memories of your entire life. The universe is heavily and profoundly blessing your foundational structures, completely ensuring that the loving relationships and the massive wealth you build right now will effortlessly and permanently stand the test of time. I see highly evolved twin flames or elite-level soulmates finally coming into a state of perfect, harmonious physical union, permanently ending the exhausting, painful, and highly dramatic phase of running and chasing. You are experiencing the pure, unadulterated, and overwhelming joy of absolute belonging, deeply connecting with a community of brilliant, like-minded individuals who actively and constantly elevate your vibration daily. The tiny, fragile seeds you bravely planted during your absolute darkest, coldest moments have miraculously grown into massive, sturdy, and beautiful trees that now provide you with infinite shade, sweet fruit, and deep protection. A highly significant, incredibly lucrative financial investment in premium real estate, high-end interior design, or a highly successful family business is going to bring you a massive, secure, and long-term return on investment. You are unlocking the absolute, ultimate level of profound peace of mind, happily waking up every single morning with a deep, unwavering sense of total safety, overwhelming gratitude, and absolute, luxurious physical comfort. The heavy, exhausting, and highly stressful burden of chronic survival mode is entirely and permanently replaced by the light, ecstatic, and highly magnetic energy of thriving, celebrating, and deeply enjoying the sweet fruits of your labor. You will soon receive a highly official, beautiful invitation to an exclusive, deeply joyous event that will actually act as a powerful, highly lucrative networking opportunity, brilliantly disguised as a massive, fun party. Surrounded entirely by this massive physical abundance and deep stability, your spiritual channels are blasting wide open, elevating you to a level of profound, highly mystical intuition that completely defies all human logic. You are effortlessly tapping into a deeply sacred, highly hidden cosmic knowledge, realizing that you now have the terrifyingly accurate psychic ability to read a room and a person's soul within absolute mere seconds. The universe is actively downloading massive, highly encrypted files of ancient, profound wisdom directly into your subconscious mind, powerfully activating magical gifts you never even knew you actually possessed. You are absolutely no longer seeking any advice from external, self-proclaimed gurus or mentors, because you have fully realized that the ultimate, flawless, and most powerful oracle lives entirely within your own chest. A powerful, deeply mysterious, and highly magnetic feminine energy is guiding your every single step, wrapping you in a protective, glowing silver aura that instantly repels all forms of negative, toxic manipulation. Your dreams are becoming incredibly lucid, highly detailed, and deeply prophetic, vividly showing you exact, specific scenes and conversations days before they actually, physically happen in the real, waking world. You are completely learning the immense, undeniable power of absolute, strategic silence, realizing that gracefully withholding your energy and observing quietly is your absolute most terrifying and highly effective weapon. I see a profound, life-altering spiritual awakening that forces you to gracefully pull back from the noisy, chaotic crowd, seeking the luxurious, deeply healing sanctuary of your own deep, mystical, and quiet solitude. A deeply hidden truth, a highly kept secret, or a fascinating, incredibly rare piece of esoteric knowledge is going to be supernaturally revealed to you very soon through a sudden, completely undeniable synchronicity. You are operating on a spiritual frequency so incredibly high that people feel an inexplicable, massive magnetic pull toward your energy, completely and utterly mesmerized by your calm, deeply knowing, and silent gaze. The heavy veil between the dense physical world and the light spiritual realm has become incredibly paper-thin for you, allowing you to easily and clearly communicate with your absolute highest, most powerful spirit guides. You will effortlessly and brilliantly decode a highly complex situation that has everyone else completely and utterly confused, simply because your awakened third eye is vividly projecting the absolute, naked, and undeniable truth. A specific situation will require you to hold a highly powerful, massive secret, deeply testing your discretion and proving to the universe that you are absolutely ready for advanced, high-level spiritual responsibilities. You are completely trusting the silent, undeniable, and highly physical gut feelings that tell you exactly when to aggressively move forward and exactly when to stay perfectly, powerfully, and completely still. Your beautiful aura is projecting an intimidating, highly ethereal elegance that commands deep, immediate reverence and prevents absolutely anyone from treating you as an ordinary, easily accessible, or average person. I see you enthusiastically diving deep into profound spiritual studies, complex astrology, or advanced energy healing, unlocking a massive mastery that will eventually become a major, highly lucrative source of your ultimate power. The confusing, highly stressful duality of your past life is perfectly harmonized. You are beautifully balancing the dark and the light, the conscious and subconscious, with absolute, breathtaking, and flawless grace. However, whenever you shine this incredibly brightly and hold this much profound, untouchable power, it inevitably and naturally triggers a wave of petty, chaotic jealousy from those vibrating at a severely lower frequency. I am seeing minor, highly insignificant conflicts brewing around you. Petty, baseless gossip, silly, childish rivalries, or disorganized individuals desperately trying to drag you down into their chaotic, deeply messy drama. People are secretly and intensely competing with you, entirely in their own minds, completely exhausted by their hidden envy, while you remain completely, blissfully unaware of their bizarre, one-sided, and highly pathetic rivalry. You are about to encounter a disorganized group of people clashing loudly over minor, highly irrelevant details, creating a lot of noisy, annoying friction that completely lacks any real, dangerous, or threatening substance. The universe is playfully presenting this chaotic, highly minor distraction as a final, easy test to see if you will foolishly lower your magnificent, heavy crown to entertain the noisy, desperate jesters playing in the mud. You will calmly witness colleagues or acquaintances bickering aggressively over tiny scraps of attention, highlighting exactly why you have completely and permanently outgrown their severely limited, highly competitive environment. Someone might foolishly try to provoke you with a passive-aggressive, silly comment or a petty, uninspired challenge, desperately hoping to steal a tiny, insignificant fraction of your massive, glowing, and highly valuable energy. You are quickly realizing that this minor friction is absolutely not a threat to your massive empire. It is simply the natural, expected turbulence that occurs when a powerful airplane violently breaks through the heavy clouds. The people arguing loudly around you have absolutely no unified, intelligent strategy, meaning their chaotic, highly disorganized attempts to block your massive path will only end up completely and utterly sabotaging themselves. I see you standing perfectly calmly in the absolute center of this ridiculous, highly amusing storm, highly entertained by the frantic, sweaty energy of those who are completely desperate to emulate your massive, effortless success. You are actively and elegantly refusing to pick up the cheap, dull sword they are desperately handing you, elegantly sidestepping their noisy drama and completely allowing them to entirely and thoroughly exhaust themselves. A sudden, highly amusing burst of competitive energy in your industry or social circle will actually work entirely in your absolute favor, forcing you to sharpen your brilliant skills and innovate even faster than before. The highly minor, entirely insignificant delays caused by this disorganized, chaotic group are actually buying you the exact, perfect amount of time you need to perfect your ultimate, massive master strategy behind the scenes. You will physically and gracefully walk away from a heated, completely pointless debate, leaving the highly agitated instigator completely stunned by your icy, untouchable, and absolute level of total unbothered divine grace. This petty, highly annoying conflict is actually a massive blessing, completely exposing the true, deeply insecure colors of the people around you, allowing you to easily identify who exactly needs to be cut from your elite circle. Your brilliant, undeniable success has naturally painted a target on your back, but your thick, glowing spiritual armor is so incredibly strong that their tiny, pathetic arrows are instantly and completely bouncing off. You are brilliantly transmuting this annoying, highly chaotic energy into pure, aggressive, and high-productive motivation, using their bitter envy as high-octane fuel to build your magnificent empire even higher and stronger. Any desperate attempts to steal your brilliant ideas or mimic your unique, highly sought-after style will fail miserably, because they can copy your exact actions, but they can never, ever replicate your authentic, divine aura. The universe is loudly and proudly reminding you that massive lions do not ever turn around when tiny, insignificant dogs bark, urging you to keep your bright eyes entirely locked on your massive, highly lucrative vision. This highly temporary, completely irrelevant clash of fragile egos will burn itself out entirely within mere days, leaving you completely and undeniably victorious without you having to lift a single, perfectly manicured finger. You are deeply learning the absolute, terrifying power of remaining completely emotionally neutral, watching the ridiculous circus unfold from your exclusive VIP balcony with a calm, highly knowing, and deeply amused smile on your face. Type, "I am claiming my ultimate victory" in the comments right now to permanently and instantly lock in this massive, highly protected, and incredibly abundant spiritual timeline. Make sure you hit the follow and subscribe buttons immediately so you do not ever lose your divine connection to this incredibly high, magnetic, and completely life-changing frequency. Share this profound, highly accurate prophetic reading with someone you love who desperately needs to hear this exact truth today, and watch the universe instantly multiply your massive blessings.